4B is coming up. It's not, it's round 5B. And I think that's everything done though. So let's go over to see the players lists. We've got a nice, interesting one for you. I told you there were 2 players out of the 54 players that had bought Nantexes to the tournament. Well, Maxime, Caumontat from Paris, France, is playing Sunfac with Predator and Snare, Chertek with Predator and Snare, General Grievous with Outmaneuver and Soulless one, very similar to a list I saw recently in Valencia at the Hyperspace Trial. You can find that video on the channel. And he's playing against Emmanuel Broto from Reims, France, who's playing 066 with a jamming beam and Count Dooku, a separatist drone with iron missiles and grappling struts. We'll have to fix that open, get rid of that open thing. And General Grievous without maneuver and soulless one. And Chertek with Duke and Ensnare. So basically, yeah, 2 players brought Nantexes to the tournament, and they end up facing off in the last round to see which one makes it through to the cut. And of course, if certain X-Wing personalities are to be believed, Sunfac, right? Sunfac has to make it through to the top cut. It's the most OP ship in the game, right? Right. That's what everyone tells me. So there we go. Game's underway. 3 minutes into the game, they're starting deployment now. We've got Chertek lining up on Maxime's side of the board in the corner, and obviously because he's given Emmanuel the initiative. What I need to do here, I need to close that and open that one. I need to build up. Oh, did I disconnect my bloody iPad? And when and why did I do that? Because the charger has been nuts all day, and why would I disconnect it? Oh gosh. Come on. Oh no, he's doing nothing. I've got to hold the thing in. Oh no. Let's clean it a little bit, see if that helps. Slotty. And it only works if I get it just right. Spin it around. It won't stay charging. God knows what I've got to do to this. Why wouldn't it? Some sort of... Let me just try and do the other thing I was trying to do anyway. So basically, what we've done is we switched out a Sunfac for an 066 and a separatist drone. And he's got Duke instead of gravitic deflectors on Maxime's side of the table. You know what, remove that from pilot, and we're going to put in Duke add General Grievous. He's got outmaneuver and title. Souls. And then we've also got an 066 Sith Infiltrator. Oh, not that one. That one. Oh, it's a squad. And a Sith Infiltrator carrying Jamming Beam and Count Dooku. So 066 I've not seen in competitive play. So this is going to be interesting. 066, after you defend, you may spend 1 calculate token to perform an action. After defending, Jamming Beam, Count Dooku, before a ship at range 0 to 2 rolls attack or defense dice. If all your force are active, you may spend 1 force and name a result. If the roll does not contain the named result, the ship must change 1 die to that result. Hey, Gisli. From Duelist Squadron Radio. Been a while since I've seen you. All the way back, you got married, you've done all sorts of cool stuff since then. I've seen on Facebook. I pay attention. Problem with angling the camera up is that now we don't see those 2 Nantex just straight up chilling down on the close board edge on the player cam. Yeah, so as I mentioned, just in case it wasn't clear, okay? So out of, what have I, am I offline? Am I online? Yes, I'm online. So why is the app saying I'm offline? So 54 players playing today. Only 2 players brought the Nantex, and now they're playing off between each other to see who goes through to the top cup. So yeah, please remember that this stream is brought to you thanks to support I receive through patreon.com. So please do go on over to patreon.com/First Earth. There's a link in the chat now. That's every penny received there, and literally every penny. You can start from $1, but every penny is greatly received and goes straight back to making it possible to get to these tournaments, and sometimes to pay for some other stuff, incidentals as well. Yeah, and every penny greatly received and greatly employed. Now, if you can't contribute through Patreon, please do consider smashing that Twitch Prime button, which is always a help as well. That always gets through to me eventually. Sometimes it might take a couple of months, but for the most part, it's pretty good, and it's always a little bonus. Oh, hello. Hello. Oh. They're filming. Someone's filming me. This is meta. As the stream is being filmed in some weird way, but it puts me in that situation where I get really nervous and don't know whether I'm supposed to look at the camera or not look at the camera. So yeah, Sunfac and Chertek. Let me just quickly double check something, because if I'm completely right, we've not got the Nantex symbol on the type font yet, have we? Or at least it wasn't on Wednesday when I double checked. Look at the miniatures font. Oh yeah, everything's a couple of months ago since the last update on the miniatures font, on the XWing miniatures font. So yeah, there's no Nantex symbol available on the font yet. Oh well. So you're going to have some interesting interaction here as the ion cannons the ion missiles from the separatist drone hit the tractor tokens from the Nantex do their stuff. And I think, to be honest, I think Maxime's got the more powerful list, the more well-rounded list. Just being able to pass those tractor beam tokens from Sunfac and Chertek around at will, according to what he needs, right? That's going to work really well. So applies that tractor beam, moves forwards as a kind of a pseudo boost. Sunfac, free banking alongside Chertek. Not sure the tractor beam's any use to him right here. Too far away from. Uses it as a free rotate action. Yep, and moves as well. Okay, wasn't expecting. Kind of figured he wanted to try and keep Chertek as the lead Nantex, but looks like he's okay with this. Both players are 3-1. The winner from this game will make it through to the top cut on Sunday. The loser will be eliminated from the tournament. Okay.
Ouais. Attends. J'ai 2 dés parce que je suis tracteur. Caillou.
2 hits, he's using funny dice. Blank, evade, focus, blank. Gets 2.
Je pense que c'est tout pour toi. Ouais, de toute façon, c'est à moi de tirer. C'est à toi de tirer, de toute façon, t'as l'initiative. Chertek, ah mais lui aussi il est tracteur, j'ai le même tir que toi. Là du coup je vais te tirer dessus, parce que moi j'aurais des relances.
Now firing back from the Nantex onto the Nantex, 2 hits, focuses all across the board, become evades. No difficulty there. General Grievous not got arc, so they go back to dials. Just going to quickly go over and move the shield tokens on the General Grievous on Maxime's side of the table because he's got them stacked. I just want to make sure I can keep a good eye on them. So exciting matchup now. And it's going to be interesting to see exactly where everything ends up this turn to try and work out how far the game's going to go. As it is right now, there's so much space between them. There's so many options, and I guess Emmanuel will be using his Chertek, to just kind of scoot straight across and allow the Sith Infiltrator and the Separatist drone to kind of move into into a flanking position against Grievous. But, you know, I mean, there's so many options. There's so much space right now. Where they end up after this round is going to be very decisive for the next few rounds. And we're going to have much more of a story to tell from the game. But as it is, from the positions they're in right now, there's not much you can do about it. Yeah, like I say, nothing really to commentate on here because the game's so wide open at this stage. The separatist drone takes a very short maneuver, anticipating, I guess, the Grievous is going to go pretty fast to try and regroup with the Nantex, with the Chertek and Sunfac. Target locks, yeah. Not a bad choice there for the separatist drone. He's going to have that ion missile to be able to shoot it at Grievous. And that 066 has got that ability to get a free action. And his actions are calculated target lock or a red barrel roll. You can imagine it barrel rolling in the engagement phase. Of course, it's got a low pilot skill as well. So if it gets attacked by Sunfac or any of Maxime's ships, it could barrel roll into a better position. Kind of do like, what was it? Fell's Wrath? Not Fell's Wrath. Who was the interceptor in first edition that could like boost after you attacked it, and would like, or after it boosted after it attacked or something like that, and then escaped your arc or something like that. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, Grievous pretty much falling into the hitting range, into spanking range. Tour Fanier, that's it. Into spanking range of the separatist drone. If he was to barrel roll left, he might just squeak into range 1. Avoid that ion missile, but as it is, that's not been the case. So yeah, so Maxime's squad kind of focus in on Emmanuel's General Grievous. Barrel rolling right with the tractor beam. Rotating the arc forward. Sunfac setting up a nice little kill box there. Chertek's got his turret arc facing right. So yeah, it looks like they've set up a nice little kill box for Grievous here.
C'est bon pour moi. Moi j'ai rien à faire. Ok. Pas moi non plus. Est-ce que t'es trop loin? Sunfac, ouais non. C'est portée 0 hein. Et là on va tirer à portée 2 et 2.
Sunfac fires on Grievous.
Du coup 3D puisque t'es dans mon bull eyes. Ouais vas-y. Les prédateurs.
There you've got 2 hits, a focus and a blank. Or 2 focuses, makes 4 after spending the focus token. 2 blanks, takes 4, 2 hits, 2 shields and 2 cards.
Ok. Ah, t'es 4. Chertek sur Grievous.
Chertek gets the fire.
P2, ouais.
On Maxime's Grievous. Emmanuel's Chertek firing on Maxime's Grievous. He's got 1 hit and a focus that gets converted to a crit. And he rolls 1 evade. Re-rolls for the gravity deflection, right? No.
Je te joue, en fait. Excuse. Merci.
Oh, he's his ability.
Grievous.
That's what he's
Taper
attacking.
Sunfac par contre. Sunfac? Ouais. D'ailleurs, je viens de me rendre compte, je vais utiliser mes dés. Très bien. Portée?
The soulless one title.
Ah oui, c'est Sunfac, j'ai entendu Chertek, je suis désolé. Vas-y.
So, Grievous firing on Sunfac. 3 hits. Sunfac rolls. 1 evade. Takes 2. Or just 1.
Ok, mon Grievous? Ouais.
What? This is the problem with what I've got with my layout, is I'm looking one way and then the other way and stuff's happening and I'm not looking. There you've got 1, 2, 1 hit, 2 focuses. There's 1 evade, 2 evades, even though it's cocked. They permit it. Now Chertek gets the fire on General Grievous. Earthquake cam. There's a focus and a hit. Looks like he spends the focus, gets 2. There's a focus, and a focus. I think it's 3 focuses, so it takes 2 damage. And Grievous limps down to 1 whole point. Now Separatist drone fires the ion missiles. 1 hit, 2 focuses. A decision to be made. Does he re-roll those dice? Spends the target lock, re-rolls 1 for a hit, and spends the calculate from 066. 3 hits. Grievous defending. 1 evade, 1 focus. Re-rolls the focus for Solus, 1 title, gets 2, takes 1 damage. And that's him down to no shields. So a pretty gnarly exchange there. Maxime coming out favoured, only having taken 3 hits, whereas Grievous has been left. Grievous on Emmanuel's side of the table has been left shaking with 1 hit point left, and that he's going to be closing into range for those Nantex and then snare to be able to pass off that tractor beam for the next round. So is he ironed? Is Grievous ironed? No, because the ion pulse. The ion missiles. Oh god, wrong buttons. Let me see. This one. Now let's see. So with the ion pulse, ion missile, spend 1 charge of attack hit, spend 1 crit. Right, to result to cause the defender suffer 1 damage. All remaining inflict ion tokens instead of damage, so I guess it's only 1 damage that got through. Yeah, 1 damage got through. The second one was from was from Grievous. Grievous attacked Grievous, doing 1 shield. Okay. Done. Oof.
C'est la première fois que je joue contre des Nantex, c'est horrible là.
C'est affreux. Moi depuis tout à l'heure je suis en train de le surveiller lui en fait. Il est affreux ce monsieur.
Ok, vas-y.
Off. Next round. A lot of bashing going on again. So yeah, this is the last round for today. Tomorrow we'll have a top 16 at very least. There might be something else. I'm not 100% sure if there's any change to the plan. But it's, to begin with, it's everyone with 4-1 record goes through. Right now we're up to table 8 that we're on possibilities of getting through. So that's 16 players. 8. Maybe I'm doing my maths wrong. Anyway.
Stress. Yes. Ok.
So whoever wins this game will be going through to tomorrow's top cut on a 4-1 record, and would be the only. Well, I'm not sure about the 3 lists that made it through yesterday, but I'm pretty sure. I know one was Empire. The other 2 I'm not 100% sure on, but I don't think there are any Nantex, to my knowledge. Like I say, I basically arrived at 7 p.m. set up quickly to be able to get in the last round yesterday, so I'm not 100% sure on exactly what's happened.
Tu peux me le faire?
Deux tout droit.
Chooses not to activate the tractor bit.
Je vais me...
Guess he doesn't need to rotate. He's in a pretty good position anyway. And I'll try and do this. There we go.
Action.
100%, je suis pas. Phase d'activation.
Ouais.
Okay, so he's going to
J'ai bougé.
Ok. Donc,
pass those tractor beam tokens over to Grievous, or one of them.
est-ce que je te...
Pass that tractor beam token. So now he can put him onto the rock, which will put him even in a better position to fire, to be able to get all 3 arcs on him. I mean, his turret arc is facing the right way anyway. So the Grievous is the only one that's not really firing on him right now. Decides not to move him,
Tu peux relancer un dé.
and Sun Fac fires on General Grievous with 4 dice.
Ça me fait 2.
Gets 1 hit, 1 crit, and a focus and a blank, and there's an evade.
C'est du DC critique.
Face-up damage card is a blinded pilot. Pow.
Pas trop faire le cake parce que Sunfac peut y passer aussi.
Il va passer un fin de quart d'heure, je te cache pas. Du coup, c'est moi 4 de tirer. Enfin, moi 4. Et 3.
Ok. Popo ou pas popo? Il y a l'astéroïde ou pas?
Non.
Ok, vas-y. Portée 3, donc j'ai 4 dés.
Je vais faire un critique.
Ah oui,
1 focus, 1 hit,
Le juke.
jukes the evade.
Faut que tu utilises.
So he's spending the focus anyway.
C'est la chair tech.
So no damage through again on Maxime.
bah, il va tenter, hein. On va peut-être lancer là-dedans. Rien du tout. j'ai
And
fait
there's
du
2
coup.
blanks. Now, separatist drone.
Alors, petite conscience encore une fois.
Is he firing those? He's not got the target lock, so he can't. So just a straight up primary attack on Sunfac. Gets 2 blanks. Tries to re-roll for
Tu veux que je monte le vaisseau?
the Count Dooku ability.
Ah, il est peut-être pas.
Ouais. Je dirais pas.
Il y est pas. Dommage.
Ouais, dommage. Non, du coup là.
Pas de bol. Bon retour.
Yes. Tiens, je te lance.
Putain, j'avais une occasion en or de le tuer, c'est bon.
Back to dials.
Je dirais. Je l'aime vraiment pas, Grievous.
La pourquoi tu le joues alors?
J'aime pas l'avoir contre moi.
Ah bah il est plus là, c'est bon.
Ouais, bah ouais.
T'es bien parti du coup.
C'était l'objectif, je te l'avoue.
Lui, on aura plus le temps. C'est bon?
So here, Emmanuel is looking to try and take a ship off the board, but he's not doing a good job of it. Which would be his target priority? He's damaged Grievous. Sun Fact's got 1 damage on it, but that's hardly enough to be sitting there and saying, all right, you're my #1 target. I mean, #1 target as far as like cost and ability is concerned, but whether or not that's the #1 target at this point in the game. For the rock, looks like he got focus then. Come on, up. There we go. So Grievous goes for a Signals loop. It's nice. It's a little bit easier now. There's only 1 Grievous on the table. We've got to get rid of that chair tech though to make it a little bit easier to commentate as regards to what's happening. Because you've got the chair tech and the chair tech and the Grievous and the Grievous. But now chair tech tractoring himself out of the separatist arc. That's gonna hurt the separatist drone this turn. Sun Fac. Is it Sun or is it Sunfac? I mean, it's Sunfac. There's like insects, right? What is it? Poggle or Lesser is the leader, right? Tractor beam straight forward. Tractor beam forward. Yep, I can see it. Tractor beam forward would then pass that tractor beam off. No, no, no. Just focuses. Okay. Moves the tractor beam to the separatist drone. So move him out of the way. Well done. That was. So there's some shenanigans that get played by these Mantecs, huh? Oh, it's a shame he couldn't pass. Could you imagine if the tractor beam let you move them backwards as well? So then Churchill just passes off his tractor beam. No, he can't. He's out of the arc now, huh? No, you coming back? So he's going to fire on Chertek. Sunfac firing on Chertek. Gets 1 hit, 1 blank. And there's an evade. 2 of them. And a blank. So no. Back to Dials? What? No. No. Impossible. I saw the way they were just kind of like looking at things and just like going, what? So firing on Sunfac from Chertek, I guess. Right? 1 focus and a blank. Does nothing. Nothing.
Arc Bull Eyes, donc j'ai 3 dés d'attaque.
Ouais. 3 dés de défense.
And there's a hit and a crit and a blank. And there's 2 evades, so no damage there. Now 066 fires on Sunfac, uses Count Dooku to roll extra dice, gets 2 hits and a crit. And there's 1 evade and 2 blanks. So it takes hit and crit on Sunfac. Or not. Boom, boom. Okay, well, I guess he did have 2 damage already. It looks like it's probably a direct hit. Yeah, direct hit. So regardless of whether or not I had the damage correctly, it was going to be take the ship off the board. So the hit was a direct hit. Yes, yeah, he put the 2 damage cards down together, so I couldn't see them. Right, so that's Sunfac off the table. The big bad Sunfac. You got 2 hits and a focus from the separatist drone onto Grievous. I know this is from Grievous on the separatist drone, and he's got a loose stabilizer. And there's 2 blanks. Seen plenty of double blank rolls this so far today.
Hein?
C'est pas si mauvais ça.
J'ai pas eu un œil.
T'es un peu au-dessus de la moyenne. C'est pas non plus scandaleux, c'était pas trop bien. Alors maintenant il faut gérer la suite.
Oof. Interesting exchange there, right? So now you've got Sunfac off the board. You've got 3 ships against 3. Pretty much stable as far as damage is concerned. 066, not really gotten involved in this game. No damage on her, and Chertek on both sides of the table, undamaged. Now, as it stands, what you've got here is you've got Grievous stressed. You're going to see Emmanuel's squad basically fall on Grievous like hyenas on the carcass of a lame gazelle. Whilst Chertek tries to do something, but I think we're going to be seeing 3 arcs on Grievous this round. And I think this could be something where, depending on how, I mean, like, Grievous can't get away, right? He's stressed, so he's going to have to do a blue maneuver. He's not got many options available to him about where he's going to be able to end up. He's only going to be able to do 2 or 3 straight or 2 banks. And they're in a pretty good position. Like, right there, he's just tried to block that, that 2 straight / 3 straight / 2 bank left with the separatist drone. Those separatist drones have got that really gnarly dial. They're outperforming TIE fighters, huh? For pound for penny. They've got a really crazy dial, man, those separatist drones. Right, so Chertek decides he's not going to go after General Grievous. He's going to try and block Maxime's Chertek instead. And what he's expecting here is to see 066 using Grievous for an extra die, not Grievous, sorry, Count Dooku for an extra die, and pretty much doing all the work this round, the heavy lifting. Trying to block Chertek. Looks like he might have done it. No, there's a bank. Oh, I saw the 1 and I was like, ooh, 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 ooh. I was thinking, there is a 1 straight. Do they have 1 straight? Do they have 1 straight? All right, so there we go. That was it. Made me look like a fool again. But yeah, in a interesting, because then who would be the one that moves the tractor beam first? Well, it's already tractored, so he doesn't get to move him again, right? Can he? Because he's been moved by a tractor beam. So can he tractor him again, even though you're the other? Because he applied a tractor beam to himself and then moved himself to the left. Can you then move the tractor beam token to him and then move him again, or is it like? Because it's only once per round, right? So just to explain, Emmanuel moves the tractor beam token to 066, and Maxime moves the tractor beam token to Chertek. But yeah, as I say, they can't move. Oh, sorry. Okay. I have to bring in the one you gave me yesterday. Yeah.
Judge? Non, je pense que...
Okay. Checking for arc.
Allez, un petit, c'est demi-point.
Judge!
Yep, they call for a judge.
Pour vérifier un arc. Ah, je suis super fort.
Ça fait 28 ans que je travaille là-dedans.
Parce que Chertek voit Grievous.
Oula, me donnez pas les noms des persos, je m'en fous.
Axel.
Est-ce que qui voit qui? Lui, voilà. Dans son arc latéral du coup, parce que sa tourelle était en latéral.
Yep, thank you.
Je t'invite à tenir
Yeah,
les
you only
choses.
have the tractor beam effect once. No, the only thing was that I was thinking, like, because suddenly it's a different player doing it, so I was like, I just had one of those brain moments, which is like, is it? Because it's like you can only do it once per turn, but what about the other player? No, it makes no difference. He only gets tractored once per turn, and then the tractor beam token applies when defending.
Ouais, fond de portée 3. Je te laisse remettre l'arc.
Merci.
Merci à vous, messieurs.
Ça c'est à moi. Vas-y.
And did they say yes? Oh,
3D du coup.
I guess. Two blanks. Oh well.
Chertek sur Chertek. Un 3D de relance.
So Chertek on Chertek. Maxime fires on Chertek and gets one crit, and 2 focuses, gets spent for free, 2 hits and crit. Chertek.
Je vais faire un éveil.
Uses the Count Dooku to roll an extra evade, gets 2,
Un critique.
so takes the crit.
Dommage.
Je gagne 2 marqueurs.
And that looks like Panic Pilot? Yeah, Panic Pilot. Pilote Panique. 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 Pilote Panique.
À toi.
Bah écoute, P2. Ok.
Je te vois boss pour lancer un dé.
Looks like 2 focus results to me.
Bien du tout.
P2 cailloux.
Ouais. Les 2 cailloux. 3D, je peux relancer un dé. Nice.
There's 1 crit, 1 hit, looks like 2 and a crit, and there's 2 evades there, 3 evades. Spin the focus. Maybe they go back to Dars. No idea. But anyway, 10 minutes of brawling, boosting, storm. So not name a die, sorry, but using the Dooku ability to get an extra result. So the game is a lot closer now. It could go either way. Maxime is in a good position. Grievous didn't take any damage really that turn, despite being in a semi-kill box. But once again, it's stressed again, right? So you could see the separatist drone trying to slot in alongside of him now. It would be a bad choice because Grievous is going to go free. 2 bank left. Grievous is going to 2 bank left, and probably a barrel roll would get him out of the arc of the separatist if the separatist goes too far forward. And the separatist drone can't go to the left because of the big rock sat next to 066. It's going to be interesting. All dials are down. Emmanuel double checks 066 dial. Yeah, so I think as it stands, Grievous is going to try and clear that stress this turn. 2 banking to the left. The separatist drone wants to get the ion missile off on him again. Try and control his position for the next turn, the turn after next. That Sith infiltrator is probably going to, that 5k turn would maybe just fit. Probably Segnor's loop. Maybe Segnor's loop to the right. At 2-speed, is it? 2-speed, yeah, 2-speed. Segnor's loop will fit there. As far as I'm aware, 54 players. But as far as I'm aware from international participation, if there's anybody, okay, now I know there's one player has come from Switzerland, which is unusual because normally we get a couple more players at the French events from Switzerland, as it's being, and this one's even close to the border. But I forget his name. He's going to kill me. But he's come over. He played on the Swiss team and European Championships and stuff like that. I've seen him a couple times before. He's come.
J'avais pas vu la carte sur moi. Attends, quoi?
He's using those grappling struts. And I've heard a man speaking with a very particular English accent, but he's not someone I know, and he's on the bottom tables. But that's the only other foreign player that I know of. Everybody's been Michael. What's his surname? Tell me what his surname is. It might be Michael, but I don't. If I see his surname, it might make more sense. So the Segnor's loop from the Sith infiltrator made sense. Chertex trying to get back involved in the game. Rotating that arc now. Is he at range to be able to pass that tractor beam token off? In range 0 to 1. It might just be in range 1 for that tractor beam token, and he could even take him off the board. No, you can't tractor someone off the board. So that changed since first edition. Let me have a look at something here. Let me see if I can find a player's name.
Bon, est-ce que je peux te forcer à sortir la prochaine fois? Non mais c'est-à-dire te reculer de manière à... je pense que je vais
Michael for a shot. Yeah. No, Lucas did not come. Lucas was not able to attend. He had I think it's his girlfriend's birthday or something coming up. Anyway, gets 2 focuses, and a blank gets re-rolled. Gets 3 after spending a focus. There's 2 evades. Takes 1 damage on Chertek. Chertek probably got attracted already, and so he couldn't have moved him anyway. Grand Championships, yeah, we're seeing a smaller participation, right, in Grand Championships. There's 2 blanks and an evade against 2 hits. Rerolls 1 for the title. Gets 3. Firing ion missiles against General Grievous. Gets 1 crit. Spends a target lock to reroll 2. Gets 1 and a crit. There's 3 evades. When it's just not going your way, huh? You just can't do damage on General Grievous. And they're back to dials. Poof. So after all that, still not enough damage exchanged to make any difference in the game. Chertek loses half points from Emmanuel's side of the table, but still not something to be celebrating right now. And you can see from Maxime's posture, like, he's nervous as hell. He knows if he wins this game, he's through to the top cut. There's only like 14 players in it. And it would be a good idea for this separatist drone to just stay on that rock with those struts. That's a 2-turn to the left from 066. Prize kits are being dumped down the floor next to me. And Chertek takes a 2-turn to the left. Double stress from that panic pilot. Not able to clear that stress yet. And he span, yeah, he stayed on the missile and just rotated 90 degrees to the 90 degrees counterclockwise. And yeah. So Maxime's list here is like really out of position, and in a situation that they can't really get involved in a way that helps them do actual damage to Emmanuel's list in this round. And as it is, he looks like he might be taking. He's going to have to take that. He's going to have to. No. So he's just going to stay there. He's going to take an ion pulse, an ion missile from the separatist drone, and a range 2 shot from the from 066.
Mon cher Tech.
There's 1 hit and a focus. And there's evades.
Oui, mais non, moi je veux qu'il meure maintenant.
66,
vas-y, hein.
je fais un critique.
Ok. Ça fait quand même 3 fois d'affilée qu'il me fait
So,
full esquive, quoi.
Dooku calls for a crit, and he gets 2 and a crit. And there's 1 evade, 1 focus. face-up is...
Je peux pas faire d'autre action à part œil.
Ah, donc tu peux plus te tracter. Tu peux plus changer, tu peux plus changer ton arc de tir.
Top,
Du coup,
top,
tu
top.
peux plus le faire. Après, je
Hold
pourrais
breach.
pas-
No, damage sensor array.
Je vais quand même te lancer un petit missile unique, je peux pas. Ah, dommage.
Ouais.
Le tour.
Exactement.
Comment ça, il respire un petit peu là.
So yes, day 1A was yesterday. There were 20 players. It started at 2 p.m. on Friday and went through until, well, it was pretty much 11 o'clock when we wrapped up round 5. And today is day 1B and there are 54 players here. So making a total of 74 players over the 2 flights. Basically, we're in this time the French Grand Championship, which has normally been held, has been held for the last 3 years in Paris, in a very good venue that was accessible to a lot of people and would command a pretty healthy representation from the UK, from Holland, from all over the place. For this Grand Championship, they had the opportunity of holding it in one of France's biggest board games exhibitions, which is what they've gone for. So they were going to take part in the board game exhibition, and they figured they could run the Grand Championship alongside, and that might be something that commands a bit more interest. But it doesn't seem to have been so successful. Some people say it's because they announced it late. I don't think it was too late that they announced it. I think with 3 months, we kind of knew when we went into the System Open when it was going to be. We had like 3 months notice for the Grand Championship. So I wouldn't consider it as being late as far as the announcement was concerned. It was 3 months is pretty much the last minute. Right? Once you get past 3 months is when it starts becoming difficult for the international players to make events. But as long as we know 3 months in advance, most people are able to make most events. Maybe it's a bad part of the calendar for them. October, World Championships is around the corner. For example, the existing French champion, the current French champion, Francois Couet, he's not able to come because he's traveling to the World Championship next week. So there's a couple of players, not too many. There's a couple of players that are playing in the World Championship and aren't coming. You can imagine that for the British players as well, for as far as British players coming over. I can also tell you there's no Spanish players. This is the first time a French national has not had any Spanish participants. As you'll be aware of, up until 2016, the French national was held in Toulouse, near the Spanish border, and basically that would provoke an invasion where I think it got to the point where 1/3 of the participants were Spanish players. But this year is the first year then when no Spanish players have participated in a national level French tournament, and I've got no idea what that noise is. It's on the other side of the partition wall I'm facing. They're obviously dragging something across the metal grating on the floor or something.
Je peux pas le faire, je répare.
Tu répares ou tu fais plus.
And I think they've stopped. Okay, right, so Maxime, once again, right, well, he's not moved Grievous yet, so let's wait until he finishes, because where he's positioned right now is not favourable for him. And there's always, I mean, Chertek's down to 2 hit points now on Emmanuel. This could go either way, really. I mean, like, right now, 066 has not been much of a force in this game, apart from using Dooku to call out, to add dice results.
XWing, il vous reste 5 minutes.
Ok. On va commencer par mon cher tech.
Yes.
Puis 2. Allez, ça serait bien que.
Okay, Chertek
On notifie de double touche cette fois-ci. Voilà.
fires 2 hits.
Esquiver.
Fires on Chertek, two
Je
evades.
suis pas obligé en fait.
Esquiver.
C'est bon.
It's the evade results. Esquiver.
Je peux tirer que sur lui.
So Maxime's Chertek going to fire on the separatist drone.
On a dit, moins il y en a.
This could be where things become a bit more,
Donc c'est ça.
we're trying to solidify a lead in this game. Chertek managing to remove that separatist drone this time, but the separatist drone is going to get an extra die for the asteroid. Only get one hit. There's plenty of die there, but there's no. Was there one?
Les deux derrière caillou, donc j'ai 3D, moins 1, 2D.
Attends. 3B, t'as rien pour relancer.
Là, tu veux taper Chertek?
C'est lui qu'il faut que je batte. Non, je vais faire ma première idée, je tire sur le vulture.
Sur le vulture? Ouais.
3D. Je peux relancer.
Grievous fires on Chertek. 2 hits, re-rolls for the title, gets 3.
Donc t'as plus 1, moins 1, donc t'as 2.
Was he firing on? He's firing on the separatist drone.
Si evade, ça sert à rien. Sauf si je fais blanc œil, c'est bon. Si je fais blanc œil.
Once again, everybody, thank you for joining us for this last round of the Grand Championship Day 1B from France. XWings are closing up here. We've got 6-7 minutes left in the round. Damage only one onto the separatist drone. Stays in the game. 066 going to fire on General Grievous and gets 3, 2 and a crit. There's 1 evade, 1 blank. Rerolls the blank for an evade. Takes 1 crit, face up.
Après que j'effectue une attaque.
I think it sounds like weapons disabled from the French that he's saying.
Je peux stresser sur mes actions.
No, that's the wound, panicked, blinded, stunned pilot.
Tu l'as pas déjà tiré.
Non, c'est le troisième.
Or not, wounded pilot, sorry, wounded pilot. After perform an attack, yeah. Right, firing on, I guess Chertek, right? With the ion missiles again. Yeah, I guess. And oh no, it was on. Yep, Chertek takes another damage card.
Putain, les temps de cette partie, j'aime bien.
Why does he put his card like that so I can't see it? He slid it right underneath neatly. It's the second time he's done that. So that's the damage sensor array on Chertek. 2 hit points. Wounded pilot on Grievous. Damage is starting to stack up on Maxime's side of the board with 5 minutes to go. So yeah, as I was saying, thank you all for joining us for the last few moments of this Grand Championship from Lyon in France. Please do remember that this stream is supported by the help I receive through Patreon, so please do go over to patreon.com/FirstEarth, where there's a link in the chat right now. Every penny is greatly received and is basically instrumental in making it possible for me to make these events and stream these events. And if you can't contribute through Patreon, please do remember if you have Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime, then you're able to give it a hand there as well. Now it's going to be interesting. 066 is stressed that she's not going to be able to do a Segnor's loop or anything to get back into this match on this turn, which is basically the last turn of engagement if things don't accelerate. So no more left with 066 to play for. So we're looking at basically this game coming down to Chertek versus Chertek and Separatist Stone versus Grievous. And does that mean that the win condition for Maxime is taking the Separatist droid off the table? If he was to do that, he'd be ahead by 3 points. Or, given a target opportunity on Chertek, would put him ahead by a considerable more margin, a considerably higher margin of 18 points. But he'd have to be careful not to lose any more points on Grievous. Can't take one more hit point on Grievous. If he was to take one more hit point on Grievous, he can't win by destroying the separatist drone. He has to, if he takes Chertek off as well. Oh, he's still 10 points behind, so he's got to make sure he doesn't take any damage on Grievous to give up half points. I'll put those shits back on the table, there we go. And
Je vais aller sur le caillou. Ça te va, je fais ça.
so he's got to make sure Grievous doesn't take a single damage and remove either of the ships, either of the separatist drone or the Chertek to win. If Grievous takes one more damage, there is no win condition for Maxime in this game. And as time's ticking down,
À l'avant qui est pas, décale encore.
Vas-y, mets-le moi.
Judge, as we're running on a separate timer for this table, just from convenience, there's no real time pressure today. It's I don't even know what time it is right now. It's just coming up to 6:15, so there's plenty of time. This is the last round today, so we're finishing up early today.
Ah, fameux. Oui, ça y est, je peux faire des trucs. Des trucs rigolos.
So Chertek moves up. Now he's tractoring. He's going to move himself to try and block Grievous.
Et je vais evade.
No. I would have maybe gone right. Oh, Grievous been blocked by the separatist drone. And then Chertek's going to be able to pass his tractor beam token over to Grievous.
Deux tout droit? Ouais.
And even barrel roll him left and backwards, putting him on a rock. Right. Ooh. Emmanuel might have just won the game. He's going to try and barrel roll him right and backwards onto the rock to get both arcs, is what I reckon. And he's going to go left. I meant left, but he's going right. Onto the rock. He's still going to have arc. That's time on the round. And there you've got a focus from the rock, so no damage there. I mean, it could have been the rock that even won the game. And he's firing on Grievous. Spends a lock, gets 2 and a crit. Grievous rolls 1 evade, re-rolls the blank. No? Gone. Wait, what?
Chertek, à toi. Yes. Tu tapes Chertek, je suppose.
Le tout pour le tout.
He's messed something up, I think, because he's put Grievous
Non, t'as fait 2 touches? Ouais.
on the card for Chertek.
Et j'ai un 3ème dé d'ailleurs, je fais ça. C'est bon. Tu lui attends?
Bravo, messieurs.
Ah, ok.
On a fini le truc dans les temps.
Perdu.
What happened here? How many cards did you have here?
Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Okay. I didn't see them all.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Okay. Well, félicitations, Emmanuel.
Désolé, Maxime.
Not a problem. It was a full match.
Do you want to come over and do an interview quickly? Let's take you and then afterwards you, right? So start back up your stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Okay, Maxime. Désolé.
No problem.
One moment, let me bring your mic up and bring you in here. Okay. I want to talk like this. Hang on. Sorry, I'll get it. Done. Okay. Félicitations pour to be free, have been 3-1 and have the chance to get through to the top. And you could see you were quite nervous about it.
Yeah.
You were like the whole time like going, oh. And for a long time, the game was kind of like 50-50. It was like never really sure about which way it was going to go. You had a strong opener, but then I think you found yourself at a positional disadvantage that you weren't able to consolidate fire. I don't know. And then in the end, it was a question of you had to try and get one of the ships off the board without losing any health on Grievous. I think you were already behind now that I've realised that I had calculated the points wrong. But anyway, that's it.
That's the game.
Yeah, how many? We saw already Guillet, and Guillet lost in the last round. Do you know if he won this one already?
There is one more member of
Escadron Hero.
Jérémy Belleville.
Oh, God. Yeah, I've seen him today as well. Yeah. Okay.
And I lost the game, but it was very cool.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah, my adversary was very fun and very good player. I make lots of mistakes. I sacrificed Sunfac. I sacrificed Grievous.
Yeah.
Too many mistakes to win.
So, and basically, I mean, I picked the game because it was only you two players that brought the Nantex to the and so to see you both play off for the top, that was like an interesting playoff.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for appearing on stream.
Thank you.
Best of luck with tomorrow with side events. Right?
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
For the top cup.
Hi,
félicitations,
Thank
Emmanuel. It was a good game, huh?
Yeah, very exciting.
And it was very close as well. Like
Yeah.
at first, when he destroyed, when Sunfac got destroyed, it was kind of like, ooh, he's gonna win this game. But then it was like, no, it's still quite even.
Yeah, the critical hits were very decisive.
Yeah.
I thought my Shatag was gone after the double stress.
Yeah.
But it went pretty well. I made double evades and well. After that, he survived.
Yeah, and it seemed to be very difficult for either of you to exchange much damage, right? There was a lot of shots happening, and just nothing really changed on the board. So it took a while for everything to be dealt with in that respect. But now, so now you get to go through to the top cut tomorrow morning. We're anticipating somewhere between the region of 12 to 14 players for the top cut.
No.
So maybe 3 rounds to play. Have you ever got to a top cut in a national level tournament before?
National? No, never before.
So first time, right?
Yes.
Excited, huh?
Yeah, very excited.
And you've got separatists, so you've probably got maybe, I don't know. I mean, I've seen today quite a few separatists, a lot of swarms. Huh?
Yes. I was expecting much more Nantex.
Yeah.
I thought Sunfac was really, really strong, and I was surprised. Not more players while playing it, but I think it's understanding because he's very risky ship, very expensive.
Yeah.
We saw it when a lot of ships are attacking him. He's in danger.
Yeah, he's got to put up against a lot of fire,
but weak in defense.
Yeah, weak on the defense. Awesome. Well, best of luck for tomorrow's game.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll see if we see you again.
See you. Thank you.
Okay, bye.